Enrada ewo sem Twitter pedi be hwe na nya asem keto akra GoldBod CEO Sammy Gyamfi abusiafo wo se hwe nipa miensa wo MPP mo to ne nsa frɛ momra number 1 eya Afenyo-Markin minority leader. Number 2 Abena Osei Asare former deputy finance minister say on the public accounts committee chairperson. Number 3 Oppong Nkrumah ose momra na mo wonim se mo hyada pa na mo churn out disinformation into the system. Sammy Gyamfi say or catch him say mo ye member mo invited in parliament oba be guma ni mo ase na wo se munim say mo de parliament oba guma ni mo ase ntino mo ntimi en dragging in parliament na wo se parliament de senka mo dragging in parliament is simple mo se GoldBod are making losses o se nya no crap na mo ye member mo de mo na mo se parliament ya na wo ho no mo a immunity bi ntino de opebia otibika o se mo say member and say no mo gina parliament kafa GoldBod ho se GoldBod abaka na we fa GoldBod sika no Mumeka na bontin obesium abusiafo owie no se na say one Dominic Bonsu Ventures bi ho asem baaye propaganda ne hyase se oh GoldBod sika obi de adwane around 200 million Ghana cedis o se MPP for mu mo ka kire mo abrante ro MPP ni ma so de bia ho no mpotamu o MPP executive member na mo ye chase no onye the bodyguard abusia Sammy Gyamfi I think that was brutal. But I think we will enjoy this episode radio so Katwa show. Must subscribe we are. Now what time bell notification icon the video ni drop here on Sabeka. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section or share link in for and be a share lele flower green clean solutions that amagusu edi ho dance here chino so adapa wi anwumre open cleaning company ama ma be press you fee honum office check bank institution ama ho e kama ho e hwam dey am so friend numbers na good screens aduma want pa sanso so na backhomeccuses.com aba ama Ghana fa mo amana ne amoye project Ghana hanum say muni henti no mo fa dwuma de ne share nsa ne monitor yenye ne yesi dana wusi no dabi ye de ne se obi kwa na yesi dana ma wo Ghana hanka abakwa kwhwe ya no dwuma ye bi de abakwa kwhwe ne ma real time updates ne ma videos pictures into wo Ghana so tere wo aburuchiri so tere wo Ghana hanum say wankasa de woni akwa kwhwe log on to backhomeccuses.com and also be friend number ne gushes na no edijima Sammy Gyamfi se den sa ni pa miense me bom di MPP mu waso no mu obi ka mu gotie
of Sammy Gyamfi.
All right, thank you. So, first of all, none of my bodyguards is involved in gold trading, and none of my bodyguards has stolen or taken GoldBod money. The said Dominic Bonsu, I understand, is even a constituency executive of the NPP somewhere in the Mansoon area in Ashanti region. You can see that I'm a very lean guy, but the last time I saw him when he was brought from remand custody, I saw that I am more muscular than him. I'm bigger than him. I don't see how that guy can be my bodyguard. So it is laughable. It's the usual. You see, there is a deliberate disinformation agenda against Sammy Gyamfi and the GoldBod by people who think that Sammy Gyamfi is the reason why Sammy Gyamfi and others are the reason why they are in opposition. So it is time to pay Sammy Gyamfi back. And the leaders and champions of this disinformation campaign are the likes of Afenyo-Markin, Abena, Osei, Asare, Oppong, Nkrumah. You know them. So when you hear them say anything, please come and check with us because none of the things they say is true. But you see, on the floor of parliament, they are covered by parliamentary immunities. If they made those allegations against me in the media, I will sue them, and they know it, and they can't. And they know that if they invited me to parliament and they televise it, they will be exposed that what they are saying are lies. And that is why they cannot invite. And they are saying they want a special committee to do a probe. You have a committee on economy, a committee on finance, okay, a committee of parliament on lands and mines. You can invite any CEO to appear before you to answer questions. You don't need any special committee. The Oppong Nkrumah is ranking member for the Committee of Economy. Intikayeka say, I will say, okay. Now Monday, you bring an invitation. Then I come. The committee wants to delve into GoldBod losses. Now, GTV afa. Then we see who is truthful. But they will not. They will say that, majority is blocking their motion. But why won't they block it? Because it's a useless motion. You already have the opportunity through the committee system. If you go to, I'm not a parliamentarian, but I know that every parliamentarian says this. Parliament works in committees. Austin, one says that.
Yeah, that's true.
Alfred, one say that. Yes. Why can't they invite me? So deliberate disinformation. So listen to me.
Yeah, they
I
are
don't
keeping
have
them
I
quiet.
don't have any such bodyguard. This gentleman is a licensed tier 2 buyer. And because we don't look at people's political colors, I mean, we give licenses to any Ghanaian who is qualified. And I don't even see them because our license system is digital. You don't even, I've signed more than 1,000 licenses. I'm not sure I've met face to face 99% of the licenses, unless at public, our, stakeholder engagements that I'll see people in groups. And I don't know them by name and by their company. So I don't know him. But a complaint was lodged with us by one of our aggregators, Bower Rock. We have two aggregators now, but one of our aggregators, which is Bower Rock, that this gentleman's company, Dominic Bonsu Ventures, and another company called, and another person, called Della, also another tier 2 buyer, also lodged a complaint against one guy called Raymond, who owns a company called Makud, that they've taken monies from them to buy gold, and they have not supplied the gold, and they are not closing the accounts because GoldBod has given guidelines on trading. And the guidelines say that if you receive funding from another licensed buyer, be it aggregator or tier 2 buyer to buy gold, within 48 hours, you must close your account, meaning you must give the commensurate quantity of gold for the money you took to that person who gave you the money, or you must return the money. And they said it's been 3 weeks, they have not gotten their money. Okay. Now, GoldBod doesn't give money to Dominic Bonsu. GoldBod doesn't give money to Mark Wood. We don't deal with them. Okay, we don't deal with them. So this is what lawyers call privity of contract. It's a doctrine and a contract law that says that there are only the parties to a contract who sign the contract can enforce the rights and obligations under that contract. So if it was purely a civil matter, it would be between Bower Rock and McWood Ventures and Bower Rock and Bonsu. Because Bower Rock was the one who dealt with them. Okay. Because for Bower Rock and the other aggregator, IB Impex, they are the only two people who receive money directly from the GoldBod and who have contracts with the GoldBod. And Bower Rock reconciles his account with GoldBod every month. And so, Austin, check your WhatsApp. I have given you, today I'm giving you a lot of exclusives. I've given you a one-page document. It is the July 2026. July, we're in August. July 2026 accounts between GoldBod and Bower Rock, our aggregator. And you will see, please share it for people to see. You will see that as at 31st July, GoldBod had given Bower Rock 96 billion 193 million 245,542 cedis, 0.55 pesos. So to cut it short, 96.1 billion. How much gold has he supplied and what is the value? He supplied us gold 96 billion 295 million 858,872.44 pesos. So as at 31st July, Bower Rock was owed by GoldBod Yedeneka 3.7 million Ghana cedis.
They
So
said they
if Bower
said in
Rock
the
had not settled us, then you can say that Obi the gold bossy Kebiane. Once Bower Rock has paid us, our money is secured. So Bower Rock is the one who is pursuing people who have taken money from him and have not closed their accounts. We would have left it at that civil level. But because the nature of the complaint discloses issues that borders on crime, and gold-related criminal offenses can only be prosecuted by the GoldBod under the fiat given us by the General and Minister of Justice. Then the GoldBod must prosecute. Because the GoldBod Act says that if you breach the terms and conditions of your license or GoldBod trading guidelines, you've committed an offense. If you provide false information to a GoldBod officer, it's a criminal offense. You can go to jail for between 5 to 10 years. And so if it is true that McWood told Della that I have 100 kg of gold, and so do a booking for me, and he took that money, then it means that once you do a booking, it means you bought the gold. And if you don't deliver the gold, then it is defrauded by false pretenses, and it is tantamount to providing false information to a GoldBod officer. And so it is because of this criminal aspect of the case that the GoldBod is prosecuting, not because the GoldBod has lost money. So when Akable went to court and saw those things, yes, that is it. But that doesn't mean that that is GoldBod money, because Bower Rock doesn't owe GoldBod. GoldBod's money is intact. And assuming Bower Rock did not even pay us, Bower Rock has given us an advance payment guarantee. I saw you in your last conversation with Alfred confuse a bank guarantee with what we have. The requirement is a bank guarantee or advance payment guarantee of a minimum 500 million, maximum 2 billion. Bower Rock has given us advance payment guarantee covering 2 billion. What is the meaning of advance payment guarantee? It means that Bower Rock has gone to insurance companies, underwriters. That GoldBod is going to give me money and I want you to underwrite the risk. And these insurance companies is not one. We are talking about 4. Serene Insurance says, I will take 40% of the risk. SIC says, I will take 20% of the risk. Then you have the Phoenix Insurance says, I will take 25 of the risk. Then another one says, I will take 15. So these are the 4, we call them, there is a lead insurer, Serene, then there are co-insurers who have shared the risk. Okay, let me get you the name of the 4th company. And the 4th company is GUA, Ghana Union Assurance. They are the underwriters. And these insurance companies say, because the risk is too big, 2 billion, Asemba, in these percentages. So we will also reinsure it. So they have also reinsured it with 3 reinsurance companies, Ghana Re, Waika Re, and Mainstream Re. And the reinsurance companies also say we must also reinsure. So they also have those that they call retrocessionaires. They are all reinsurance company, but they reinsure it at the secondary level. And all the reinsurance companies have also done it. So Asambana Bawa cannot pay GoldBod. GoldBod takes that advance payment guarantee and then goes to the insurance company to take his money. And then some of your speakers genuinely wanted to understand what this insurance policy we are talking about is. And you see the point about the transparency of GoldBod that I was talking about. Go to our website, and Austin and Alfred, you can do that now. And then go to policies. You will see CSR, insurance policy responsible sourcing, and click on insurance policy. The format, the content of our advance payment guarantee is there. So to be an aggregator, this is the form. We have written the grammar, the English, the terms. If the guarantee you bring omits even comma or full stop, we will not accept it. The guarantee is an unconditional guarantee. We don't even have to prove our claim. Once we make a claim, you must pay. So it is there. So we are not some zombies sitting at GoldBod taking reckless risk with public funds. Last year, 2025, Alfred, are you
We are
there?
here, sir.
Yeah, still here.
Alfred, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
Last year,
here,
2025, the total amount of money that Bank of Ghana gave GoldBod to buy gold, do you know the total? We published the trade reports.
sir.
I can't find them. I can't find the trade
130.
reports anymore. But I think it was like
I'll
160.
share with
Yeah.
you. 133 billion Ghana cedis. 133 billion Ghana cedis. 133. And we reconciled all. If you want, come to the office tomorrow. I'll show you all the reconciliation statements. We didn't misplace a peswa. For every cedi we supplied gold. This year, 96 billion, and we are settling. So we are not reckless. In some cases, we are taking monies from off-takers in advance. We are taking money. We just took monies from commercial banks, and in 48 hours, we settled them. Gold trading is very risky. There are a lot of risk, but it behoves on leadership to identify the risk through proper risk assessment and come up with mitigating measures. And this is how we are mitigating the risk. So, Obian for a good body, the money is safe. The issue is between Bower Rock and 2 licensed aggregators. The money involved is not public money. It belongs to Bower Rock and he's pursuing them. He has, without prejudice to his civil rights, we have decided to pursue the criminal aspect of the case because we have ability. And the Attorney General has been gracious enough to give us a fiat which allow us to directly prosecute such cases. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And the date document Sammy talked about, I've posted it in the comment section. You can have it and read as well. Our people who are doing the background check try to help us appreciate what that document is because of how Sammy has explained it. Now, Sammy says that it is time for you, the people. Sammy, how do you want it done? Do we do four? You write it down, then you respond, or you want to respond as and when somebody asks a
I've
question?
seen my friend Samuel Brabo have been on the line. I'll be happy to take a question from him.
No, we don't do it that way.
But I can. You regulate it
Yeah,
whichever way
because
you want.
work of our own Crawford, not allow that.
Eh,
So you do that to us. So this is
Samuel Brabo, do you know Samuel Brabo? Man?
our own
He's
Crawford.
already
I
a
said,
microphone.
Gideon, message Gideon, yes, who bodyguard. Na better than that. And another
No
person
problem.
can
I'm
be
I'm 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 very tired, but I have time for you because we are doing this for the public. We always said that when we buy gold, we don't under this new GoldBod mandate, we don't sell all unless we are sure that we'll make profit. And so, out of the about 70 tons of gold we have bought so far, we are still holding about 27 tons of that. Um, yes, you see, no one can trade gold without hedging. You can't trade gold. Sometimes I laugh when I hear people say, like when I was listening to the recording of your last conversation, Austin, when you said na gold is your ton your boka. And you good na beto aboka and you na adie bi ani wiase mu ha ubetimi abɔ ho ka so fast like gold and maybe oil because they are so volatile. You can buy it at 9 a.m. at this price, and 1 minute after the price can collapse. I hope you know that this year, in one day, gold collapsed. The price of gold came down by 9%. 9% in one
yeah,
day. Sometimes
yeah.
5% in one day. And just like that, if it is also going up, it can go up like that. So it is very volatile. And so you must be you must know all the risks, pricing risks, settlement risks, exchange rate risks, and all that. And you need to mitigate those risks. Sometimes the risk is not even with the price, and most of it has to do with the exchange rate. What is the weighted average exchange rate of your purchases? And at what exchange rate are you converting inflows? Okay, so all these are some of the things we're doing now. When we under the Bank of Ghana, you see, when we took over from March, we were on our own signing off take agreements. We were not under any obligation to give our gold to Bank of Ghana. All we had to do was to settle them in FX. Okay. But we explained to the Bank of Ghana that because we are using a different model and our model is profit driven, we cannot be bringing them dollars T plus 3 as they were doing under domestic gold purchase program. So they needed to be patient. So the money that they were raising as intermediaries, not their money, I've explained that, as intermediaries from the commercial banks, they were patient with us. And so if we bought gold and the price dropped, we were not going to sell the gold. We will keep the gold. And because we can have security risk, because when you have a lot of gold in your vault, you can't sleep at night. Anything can happen. We all see what happens in movies. So what then do you do? And also, there can be pressure on you for FX for the markets. So you don't want to sell the good to make a loss. Yet, commercial banks need dollars, Ghanaians need dollars. Either than that, the currency comes under pressure. So what do you do? So that is where the innovations. So, under the GANRAP, GoldBod was given the power and the right to engage in derivative trading. That's something that people don't know that we do. So we trade gold not only as a physical asset, but also as a derivative. And that is what we are using our seed capital for. So apart from the physical gold we buy, we also buy gold on gold futures as a derivative. And we trade that. We use that to support the physical trade to mitigate price movement risk. Okay. And so if I bought gold, and I'm tying this to the second question, and the price dropped before I could sell, And a normal circumstance, they should not drop that significantly because now, even before the gold gets to me in Accra, because we are using LBMA AM and LBMA PM, morning, evening, by the time the morning window ends, you know the total number of gold you've bought. And so once you see price coming down, you have to be quick in selling that gold. Or if you are sure that price will rebound, then you wait. At any given time, you must exercise a judgment, whether you're ready to take risk or you're ready to cut your losses. For you can make a loss on world market price, but make a gain on exchange rates, and the net effect may be profit. And in trading gold, you are dealing with over 100 or more transactions in a year. You can't make profit all the time. You make profit, you make loss. But at the end of the day, when you are done with the financial year, the net effect must be profit. And that is what GoldBod is seeking to do. So if I bought gold and it dropped, and the drop was too significant, and I knew that I'll make losses on world market price, and I cannot counter that on the exchange rate side, I will give the gold to an off-taker and take 85% of the value and use the 15% there as a margin. We call it a collateral to hedge against it. And I'll wait till I have a good price before I sell it. And this is what you can do when you have patient funds. Unfortunately, the GoldBod has some patient funds because of our revolving seed capital of 4.5 billion. So it's a very complex process that we cannot break down. I don't want to sound overly technical, but these are the day-to-day decisions we take. We don't sleep because gold is traded even in the night and at dawn. And we have a trading room that trades gold 24/7. We are implementing 24-hour economy in our trading room. So we run 3 shifts. So that is how we trade gold. Yeah. And we take all these decisions as and when pricing evolve, market conditions changes. Number 3, very important question. The person said that I said that when you buy gold under the live gold prices scheme, okay, so you're using live gold prices. So once gold goes up by $10, you have to change your price up because if your price is down, the miner will say you're cheating me. And by extension, if it goes down, then you must reduce it. Either than that, you are overpaying and all that. So he says we just started LBMA AM and PM, which is true. So were we making losses then? No. It only meant that under that old system, the exposure we were taking was huge. So by the time gold gets to Accra and we are able to ascertain the weighted average world market price and the weighted average exchange rate for that, for the purchases we made for that batch of gold, maybe price would have dropped and then selling the gold becomes difficult. So that is, we will not sell to make the loss. We will obviously have to hold it and hedge it. And that is what we have done. I can tell you confidently, we do, and I'm ready. Austin and Alfred, you can pay me a visit at the office. I have an open door policy. You don't need an appointment, especially on Thursdays and Fridays. Mondays to Wednesdays are busy days. You can come, and I'll take you to our trading room. We run P&L accounts for every single transaction. If we sell 1 kg of gold, we have a P&L account on it, both on exchange rates and both on world market price. And this year we've not done one transaction that has generated a loss. All we are praying for are favorable good gold prices so that even the quantities we have that we have not been able to fix, we can be able to fix so that we can fully settle our counterparties. But issues of losses, no, we are not dealing with that. MIF, I can't speak to why they made a loss. I don't have that information. And NIMOS, well, NIMOS doesn't operate under me, so it's difficult for me to speak for NIMOS. But the little opinion I can share is that they are dealing with an age-long problem. Let's not forget that. And you cannot solve a decades old problem in 1.5 years. You cannot, okay? But they are making progress despite other challenges. We have not won the fight yet, but we are making significant strides. Because my friend Erastus has confirmed to me that if there were 9 forest reserves that were no-go areas for even, soldiers and the military, because they have been overtaken by rebels masquerading as Galamseyers. And today we've cleared them and we are protecting these forest reserves. That is something to commend and say, look, you've done well, but you need to do more. And how can we help them to do more? And that is why GoldBod, anytime we have the opportunity to support, we are willing to support, and we are buying 10 speedboats for them. When it comes to campings and all that, sometimes, in the media, you can say certain things, but when it comes to investigating and prosecuting crime, it's a total ballgame. Because to prove crime, to say that somebody has committed a crime of, say, illegal mining and convict that person, the fact that the person owns an equipment does not make him a kingpin. If I'm a lawyer, I'm speaking as a lawyer, that does not necessarily make him the kingpin. You need to prove menstrual, you need to prove actus reus. Did the person consent that the equipment should be used for illegal mining? You need all that evidence. So it is not that simple where you've not found somebody on a mining site directly doing illegal mining. And then you can say that because you owe the equipment, then you are guilty. You can speak to any lawyer, but there are legal hurdles you have to go through to be able to tie an equipment owner to illegal mining. It's very important that you understand those things. So that is all I'll say. NIMOS is doing well. I feel that they need to be given a bigger budgetary allocation. And I feel that we all need to support them. And we need to do what we need to do is because we create the impression as though the state of Galamsey in 2024 is a state of Galamsey today. No. We took over a country where there was no fight against Galamsey, no fight. Because the government of the day said they alleged that they fought it in 2020 and the NDC used it against them in the campaign and they lost. So they were not going to fight it again. That is what they said. And people went on demonstrations and they were arrested. There was the Galamsey fighters were being fought, and it became free for all. Forest reserves taking over and all that. Today, at least you are seeing some improvements. Okay, you can't have water bodies clearing within a year after all these years of pollution. The chemicals are still there. But at least I was happy when Ghana Water Company MD at the last time we met was telling me that they are beginning to see improvement in turbidity level for some, not all, some of the water bodies. And we all need to support that effort. Okay, the first questioner spoke about $240 million loss reported by the IMF and 1.7. I'm sure you've read that report. And nowhere in that report was that loss ascribed or attributed to the GoldBod. The GoldBod has made no such loss. And the IMF got it wrong in listing assay and service fees paid to GoldBod as one of the components of the losses. Because as I've given you the history, these losses predate GoldBod. These fees predate GoldBod. And those fees are not free money. They were negotiated under a contract in September 2023 for services rendered. They are supposed to pay for real things, smelting losses, transportation, security, insurance, and what have you. So it is not free money. And those fees are supposed to be part of Bank of Ghana's cost. It is known right from the get-go. So it cannot be the reason for a loss. So that is the only reference to GoldBod in that new report published by the IMF. They were very careful not to ascribe or attribute anything, any loss to the GoldBod. Rightly so, because we have made no such loss. The only reference to GoldBod fees and GoldBod asset fees and service fees was when they said it's one of the components, and I'm saying they got that wrong. It cannot be one of the components. Yes. And so he wanted to know, Austin. So what did he want to know about those losses? If you can help me.
Yeah, you said
Okay, he wanted to
how
know
much is
the total fees we got. Well,
yeah.
because the gold board was a monopoly and 95% of its operations has to do with the ASM sector. And all this ASM gold was being bought by Gold Board as a buying agent for its principal, the buyer, Bank of Ghana. Then it stands to reason that all that gold will go to Bank of Ghana, and therefore Bank of Ghana will pay as a fee. Because if we did not buy that gold for Bank of Ghana and ordinary Ghanaians bought it or Indians bought it, Chinese bought it, they will pay that 0.258% as a fee nonetheless. If they choose to export it through the lawful process. Okay. If they smuggled it, then we will not get a as a fee. And because we bought it, then we had to get the service fee negotiated by the MPP government and signed to in this 2023 September 2023 agreement, which the GoldBod rather came to reduce to zero point 0.6 and then 0.35 and now zero. We get no such fees. So I don't have the figures offhand, but I can say that about 80% of our total revenue of 970 million could have come from that. I promise to double check tomorrow morning and give the exact figure to Austin to share with you if you are interested in the specific figure. But these are asset fees, statutory, approved by Parliament under fees and charges. Whether Bank of Ghana is a buyer or a Ghanaian, you have to pay because that is when you are conducting assay, you incur cost, and that is not free. That is why Parliament has approved it. And point five, negotiated through a contract under the direction of the Select Committee on Mines in Parliament and the EMT chaired by Dr. Bawumia for that to become a source of revenue for the then PNMC to manage the cost of the agency role they were playing. Yeah. And then how much foreign exchange was brought in terms of the gross weight and the gross weight of good we exported, if you add all the silver proceeds last year, you're talking about $10.8 billion. $10.8 billion for last year. This year, we bought gold worth $9.4 billion. We brought in so far about $5.5 billion. And very soon, you're going to see the rest coming in. And so when the Bank of Ghana at the last NPC published their reserve position and you saw a drop of 1.2 billion, people were making noise. It's because there are certain settlements that must be done. Even though we have ended their program, there are still obligations that must be settled as and when the inflows come. So that is the status of that. Then,
The legal question.
first of all, let me thank everybody. Everyone is asking me questions, but somebody has given me a very good advice, and I need to thank him for that. So I didn't get the name, but I'm most grateful. I'm most grateful. None of us are perfect. None of us are infallible. We all have, issues that we are dealing with the help of God. But advice well taken. We'll try as much as possible to stay out of trouble. And so far, so good. We will go down as GoldBod. We'll go down as one of the institutions in 2025, audited by the Auditor General without any adverse finding. And so the management letter that was issued to us, all issues were satisfactorily addressed. The Auditor General was satisfied with it, and he made not even one adverse finding. So we try to follow substantive law, procedural law in all that we do. So, but thank you so much for that advice. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Final one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I got him right, he wanted to know whether the public funds that we are giving to an aggregator to buy gold, we think that is worth the risk. Whether that
Yeah.
the AP, yeah, was that a question? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Exactly, Mr. Gyamfi. Exactly.
Yeah, of course. But you see, the gold that is being produced, okay, is high value. You need a lot of money to be able to mop up that gold. And no single bank in Ghana can give you that money. I'm sure you've heard something called SOL, single obligor limit. No bank can give you a loan of 4 billion cedis in Ghana to buy. What collateral will you use to secure it for the bank to give you that? And if you are not securing it, you will not pass obligor limits. So even if you go in the credit way is a big thing. You have to get Bank of Ghana to waive obligor limits. And like I said, you are going to crowd out the private sector because monies that the banks must lend to businesses to grow, one entity GoldBod will be taking all that money through a credit line arrangement. So that is why we find other means of raising. So look at cocoa, for example.
GoldBod CEO Sammy Gyamfi ana busiafo mote ne nka no enra me de full update ni kwampo ebremu eyi Sammy Gyamfi enye izo me the program na asi enche the big man himself na na kojo janta mo beten nka radio so katwa show bye bye.